Let's continue with the tale of Loki's children, who were destined to bring ruin upon the gods. Loki, with his handsome and cunning nature, was loved by many, yet his deceptive and mischievous ways made him untrustworthy. In Asgard, he married a woman named Sigyn, and soon they had 2 sons, Narvi and Vali. Despite this, Loki would often disappear, leaving his wife behind. One day, Odin had a troubling dream, in which he saw that Loki had 3 monstrous children with a giantess named Angerboda, who lived in Jotunheim, the land of the giants. When Odin confronted Loki, he couldn't deny it. During his absences, Loki had fathered 3 more children with Angerboda. Odin realized that these children would become the greatest enemies of the gods during Ragnarök, the prophesied end of the world. Odin, Tyr, and Thor quickly set off to Jotunheim to find Loki's children and bring them to Asgard, where they could be controlled. After overcoming a series of obstacles, they finally encountered Angerboda and her monstrous offspring. What they saw nearly made their jaws drop. Without hesitation, they bound the children and began their journey back to Asgard. 3 days into their journey back, Thor stopped and reflected. Why had no one tried to stop them from taking the children? Even their mother, Angerboda, had remained silent, as if she wanted them gone. Despite his suspicions, Thor continued to bring the children to Asgard. The first of Loki's children was a serpent named Jormungandr. During the journey, the serpent grew rapidly, becoming larger than a tree. Odin knew that the serpent would only grow more massive, and so, remembering his dream, he decided to cast the serpent into the ocean that surrounds Midgard, Earth. Jormungandr grew so large that it eventually encircled the entire world, biting its own tail. Next, Odin turned to Loki's daughter. She was strange in appearance. One half of her body was that of a beautiful woman, while the other half was like a decaying corpse. When Odin asked for her name, she responded, Hel. Odin sensed no fear from her, and following the vision from his dream, he made her the ruler of the dark and shadowy realm of the dead, Helheim. She would reign over those who died of sickness or old age, while those who died heroically in battle would go to Valhalla. Thus, 2 of Loki's children were dealt with, one beneath the sea and the other beneath the earth. But what should be done with the third? Loki's 3rd child was a great wolf named Fenrir. He too grew at an alarming rate, becoming more terrifying with each passing day. The gods feared him, but only Tyr showed him kindness, feeding him and keeping him company. Eventually, the gods decided that Fenrir needed to be bound. They tricked the wolf by offering him a test of strength. If he could break free of his bonds, he would prove his great power. Fenrir easily snapped the chains, showing the gods just how strong he was. Sensing that the gods would try again, Fenrir asked Tyr, "Will they test me again?" Tyr responded, "I'd wager my right hand that they will." The gods forged an even stronger chain, and once again presented it to Fenrir, promising him fame and glory if he could break it. Fenrir was bound, but after a mighty struggle, he broke the chains once more, sending fragments flying in every direction. The gods were now terrified. Odin decided they needed something far stronger, so they commissioned the dwarves to create an unbreakable bond. The dwarves crafted Gleipnir, a ribbon-like chain made of impossible materials. The sound of a cat's footsteps, the beard of a woman, the roots of a mountain, the breath of a fish, and the spittle of a bird. Though Gleipnir looked smooth and soft, it was stronger than anything ever made. The gods told Fenrir that Gleipnir was the strongest chain in all the realms, and that even they couldn't break it. Fenrir was suspicious, sensing betrayal this time. He hesitated and demanded a condition. "If you wish to bind me with this, one of you must place your hand in my mouth. If I can't break free, I won't bite, but if I do, the one who places their hand in my mouth will lose it." The gods looked at one another, and Tyr stepped forward. "I will do it," he said, and placed his hand in Fenrir's jaws. They bound Fenrir with Gleipnir, and as the wolf struggled, he realized he couldn't break free. The gods laughed with relief, but Fenrir, realizing his fate, looked into Tyr's eyes and bit down, severing his hand. With rage, Fenrir cursed Odin and swore that he would kill him when the time came. Bound and powerless, Fenrir's hate for the gods grew, setting the stage for his eventual role in Ragnarök. Thus, all of Loki's children were brought under control, one in the sea, one in the underworld, and one bound by the gods.